So welcome back to another episode, and taking advantage of my friend Andrew being here, we thought we'd talk about all the games we're excited about for E3 this year. A lot of hype, a lot of hopefuls. Maybe some of these games we won't see, some of them we will see. What are some games that you're looking forward to this year at E3? There's so many incredible things coming out.
There's a lot. So first of all, thanks for having me back on the show.
Absolutely.
It's great to be here again. E3 is the time. It's the time we get to see what are we going to get, certainly for the rest of the year and then even beyond.
It is the Super Bowl for video gamers.
It is the Super Bowl. It is the Mecca, you know, and this is what we all wait for.
I know.
Wherever you are, we're always clicking refresh on our web browsers trying to figure out what's going on in E3.
Absolutely.
For those of us who aren't lucky enough to be there, of course.
Yeah, which is all of us, you know, pretty much. I don't mind watching E3 from being at home on the couch. It's such a good experience. And I've heard from a lot of people who go to E3, it's just as good sitting at home watching it as actually being there. I would like to be there, but I'm okay.
We've certainly done conventions over the years, and it can be kind of maddening, the crush of the crowds and the lineups and everything. Yeah, it's nice to just be able to enjoy that, consume it at your own pace at home.
And what
or at work.
wherever you happen to be. So leading from that, what are some games you're looking forward to this year? Like, what is your game of E3? Is there one?
Probably for me, I've always been a huge God of War fan.
Yes, you have.
So, and we've seen some of the preview stuff. It's looking Nordic now.
Yeah.
We've seen Kratos in his beard, his son.
Yeah.
That stuff just looks so incredible.
Yeah.
And frankly, I've played the portable games. I've played the PS3,
every
PS4
freaking game.
PS4 chance some of the remakes they did for God of War 3. I even played that, and I love this series. And frankly, they've done no wrong to me in the past, and I'm super excited to see what they could do.
When that orchestra played last year and we got into it, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge God of War fan. I'm not nuts, but I was like, this looks amazing. I've enjoyed the other ones, but you're really crazy about them, and this game made me go, I may be crazy about this game.
Yeah, I don't normally play remakes, but I've replayed the God of War games as they've been remade and re-released.
Yeah,
I like the series that much.
Yeah, so I guess we're speaking of Sony, so that's really good. I'd like to see what Sony does for VR, because it's been very quiet for a long time. So they release the headset, then there's nothing. You know, there's all these great games, and then there's nothing for a long time. They can't just abandon it. There has to be some cool games. I'm thinking around the corner.
I'm sure. I mean,
it has to be.
You know, they got Farpoint now, but you're right. There hasn't been a lot of focus on it since the launch, and there was some really compelling stuff at the launch.
Yeah,
and
I just hope
great to see them.
I hope they go back and mention it, and I say, "Oh yeah, PlayStation VR." You know, what about that? You know, let's move on.
Yeah,
type of thing.
I mean, I clearly think that Sony wants this to be a thing, a tent pole for them, if you will.
Yeah.
This is not something they just threw out there and don't plan to support. They clearly have made a fantastic product.
Yeah.
It does a lot of great things. It's a fantastic system, PSVR.
Yeah. So,
yeah, Sony should be definitely getting behind it.
I hope so. And one game that me and you can 100% agree on that we're looking super forward to, finding a really, showing the gameplay now. They should have a small trailer teaser, and that's The Last of Us 2.
Yeah. What can you say about Last of Us that already hasn't been said? Like, the game it transcended gaming as a media. It became art. It's just magical.
Yeah.
The game is brilliant.
Yeah, and I think video games were always art, but this was like elevated the art form to a new level. It was amazing.
It's the kind of level that would get people who didn't consider video games an art form to take another look at that belief.
Wouldn't that be Roger Ebert?
I remember, it's funny, everybody talked about Roger Ebert when Last of Us came out, and it's like, yeah, play this now, buddy.
Yeah. That's so brutal. Yeah, I hate anybody who says that video games aren't art. Of course they're art. There's artists that make them. Anyways, I'm not getting angry.
We don't have to tell you guys that.
No, of course not. That would be ridiculous. So those are some things from Sony. We're not going to touch on everything. There's so many other things. Square Enix. There's one game that I know you're looking forward to.
I would love to see where they are with the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Me too.
We've talked on the show before about my troubled past with Final Fantasy VII and corrupted save games and things. I was excited when they showed us the stuff last year. I'd love to see where they are today.
Yeah, because the one thing that we don't know is the release date of this game. Is it coming out this Christmas? Is it not coming out this Christmas? Is it coming out next summer?
And we're not even sure how it's going to release.
Yeah.
Is it going to release in pieces? It seemed to be like
it was supposed to be episodic.
Right.
We don't know.
Yeah, I would kind of prefer to be able to just buy the whole thing at once and play through the game, but whatever. I'll take what I can get at this point.
You'll buy the DLC episodes, goddammit.
You'll buy it and you like it.
And they'll make you do that. It's going to be one of those things, I think. Square Enix, obviously, Dragon Quest 11. I would love a US release date, a plan at least, or
on PlayStation 4.
Yes, and I believe it's going to be on Switch as well. That was already announced in Japan, so that's another thing that can come out. And what else from Square Enix? Kingdom Hearts 3. The game that's been in development for like 50 years.
Yeah, it seems like, I don't even know how long. It seems like we played Kingdom Hearts on the Super Nintendo. It's been so long.
Yeah, absolutely. And they released the original games leading up to this. They gave a prologue leading up to, and I like Kingdom Hearts quite a lot. So I am looking forward to see what they do with the new game and a brand new engine and beautiful.
It's definitely a series that they could go almost anywhere with. To be able to cross over all the properties of Square Enix and Disney. I mean, could we see Dragon Quest in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Wouldn't
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Mickey Mouse meets a slime? That's that's so bizarre.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
That would be pretty crazy stuff. And obviously, Rockstar.
Yes, everybody, of course, is looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
What they were able to achieve in an open world but a Wild West setting.
I know.
I mean, nobody else had done that.
Let's be honest, we're not big Cowboys, fans and Western fans. I wouldn't say,
true.
It's not as though we put on our cowboy hats and get on horses and go. We don't do that, and we don't watch the old black and white shows and, TV serials.
But we're so used to open world in sort of post-apocalyptic future.
Of course, that's what we like.
We're interested in the fantasy open world, all the stuff we get in the Elder Scrolls series, and those are fantastic. But no one has done a Wild West open world game.
And done it so well, and that makes people like us go, I want to play this game, and not only do I want to play, I love this game. So I have to mention this. This is a very selfish thing for all Shenmue fans, and that is we're getting a Shenmue 3, but I think the entire Shenmue community would love Shenmue 1, 2 remastered, so a whole different generation can play it and enjoy it and have that storyline build up to 3 so they can play these games before 3 comes out and understand what's going on when you get to
It's a great
3.
point. There's plenty of people who haven't played 1 and 2.
Yes.
And 3 might be a big disconnect, kind of dropped in the middle of this ongoing
What the hell's
story.
going on? Yeah.
And there's not a lot of great ways to play 1 and 2 right now.
No.
To do a remake, that would be awesome.
That would be really good, bundled as one game. The thing is hopefully Sega realizes this would sell a lot of games. I would advertise the living crap out of that because I want people to play Shenmue. It's only a good thing, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we know that Sega is going to be there, presumably with some Sonic properties. They've been talking that up lately.
Oh, and a new Phantasy Star offline game. That's going to happen.
We're going right back to Palma. Right.
Yeah, right. That'd be amazing.
It'd be interesting to see if Sega's got some love for some of their old properties.
That would be great.
Yeah, including Shenmue 1 and 2 remake. Some of the other stuff I'm interested in from the Sony first-party studios. We haven't heard from Sucker Punch in a while, not since Infamous 2. I love the Sly Cooper games. The Infamous games were great too.
Yeah.
And it'd be great to see what those guys are up to.
Yeah.
Also, we've all heard that Insomniac is working on a Spider-Man game for the PS4.
It looked amazing.
It looked fantastic. And Insomniac, I mean, yes, please, here's my money.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really looking forward to the Spider-Man game. I remember when they first revealed it, I was like, this looks good.
It looks good.
It could be done really well.
We've played some great Spider-Man games in the past, but a long time ago. I mean,
it's been a while.
The really great ones were PS2.
Yeah, wow.
And I would love to see what Insomniac could do with a kind of an open world Spider-Man game.
That could be pretty amazing. And then the other big game that we want to see more of, we've obviously seen the trailer, some gameplay, Destiny 2. We can't get enough of Destiny 2. I enjoyed the first game. I thought the foundation was kind of broken a little bit, but I enjoyed the gameplay. I had fun playing with you online and other friends, and we had a really good time. It's a very fun multiplayer game, and it looks like they're fixing everything. Awesome.
It does. Yeah, I'm definitely down for some more Destiny. It's kind of trailed off now. It's kind of an older game, but what we've seen from some of these teasers is just like, plug me back in.
Yeah.
I want to be back in this world. I want to be part of the Vanguard again.
Yeah, and have a more open world to enjoy, and not having to go to orbit is a great thing.
Yeah.
And it just looks like they've expanded everything, and there's going to be more of a storyline, everything that we wanted in the first game.
Yeah.
And that leads us into another game, Battlefront 2. It's funny how some of these games, they launch them, everybody complains, and then they're like, oh, sorry, and they try to come back and fix it. Battlefront, they didn't have a single player mode. Everybody's like, what this sucks. I was mad.
I was mad too.
I was saying, I'm just going to play multiplayer. I don't want to play multiplayer. I want a single player game. single player mode in this game. Yes, I'm happy about
it seems
that.
like they're finally getting the time they needed to make Battlefront the way they wanted to. And I mean, it's Star Wars. I mean, who could complain about an awesome Battlefront Star Wars game?
You could complain about one thing: too much DLC. If it's that, that's the only problem.
Yes,
Just calm down with that. Calm down with that.
Yeah.
Release an incredible game on its own, and anything in the future, make it affordable and reasonable. If we want those extra maps.
Right. I mean, we love to be in the world. We know DLC is a thing. It's not going away anytime soon. But give us a compelling reason to play it.
Yeah.
Stuff that we really want to engage in. That would be awesome.
Yeah. So we covered a lot of games. Is there anything else I'm thinking from your list that you want to bring up?
So I guess I just wanted to give a shout out to. Hopefully, I would like to see something for Cyberpunk 2077.
Now tell me about what this is about. I don't know anything about it.
So no one's entirely sure what this is, but this is Project Red. This is the team that made the Witcher series.
Oh wow!
And Witcher 3 is an amazing game. It's fantastic, and we'd like to see what can this team do in a cyberpunk futuristic kind of world.
Interesting.
And nobody really knows anything about Cyberpunk except that the pedigree of Witcher kind of gives us some ideas about where they're going to be going.
Yeah.
But we don't know, and I'd love to get some information on that.
So it could be like a Cyberpunk RPG kind of world,
be. I mean,
hacking into the
sure. It could be like open world Shadowrun.
I was about to say Shadowrun.
Yeah,
so that'd be great.
That would be fantastic. But we don't know. I'd love to get a little bit more information on.
So is that like a false name, a working title, or is that it? Is that what it is?
I honestly don't know. I presume it's a working title because obviously they haven't done any real big media presentations on this thing. Maybe E3 will be a chance to get that started.
Wouldn't it be really weird if they got the Shadowrun license or something? Wouldn't that be weird?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, they've been making Shadowrun games on the PC in modern era in the last few years.
Yeah.
Different kind of game, but
right, yeah.
The license is there. That'd
be fascinating. And of course, we have to go to Nintendo. And the big one I'm expecting this year is Star Tropics 3. No, that's never happening. I remember there was a couple of years ago. There was a Star Tropics rumor on the Wii U, and I am so dumb. I was like, I believe, and I was like, of course not. It's not going to happen. But I was kind of excited about that happening. But I guess what I would like to see on the Nintendo Switch is a new Metroid game.
That would be fantastic. First party, developed by Nintendo.
That'd be cool, man.
That would be cool.
They have to do something with Metroid.
I hope so.
They have to do something.
It's kind of been quiet.
Yeah, I guess another one of them, an Advance Wars. We're never going to get another Advance Wars, but I can dream.
It's an interesting point because the big point of the Switch is its portability.
Yeah,
so you take a series that kind of only existed in a portable form. Now you've got a new console that's portable, so it's not too far.
I know they're working on Fire Emblem. It's coming out in 2018, but that'll be announced later.
And of course, we've got to mention Super Mario Odyssey.
That is going to be the big unveiling. That's probably will be their game of the show. We're going in expecting a whole bunch of other games, and it'll be basically Mario Odyssey, which is okay.
Sure.
But I need a bit more too.
Right, Mario Odyssey is going to be what sells Switches this Christmas.
Of course.
And E3 is the perfect time to let us see a little bit more. We've all seen some quick clips like in the Switch commercials, but we don't really know.
No.
Mario running around in New York, what's that about?
Yeah, and but a lot of people said with that, it's so weird to see Mario with human beings. I've never seen that before. And it's like, no, that was done in Mario Sunshine. In the original prototype of Mario Sunshine, there was human beings in what was the name of that little town? Tofino Plaza? On the island?
Yeah, that sounds...
Yeah, something like that. But there was little people running, there was human beings
there were,
on the island. So it's not the first time Mario has encountered normal people, which is, it is unusual to see.
It is unusual. We've never seen Mario in a modern city either, but... it's Mario. Nintendo has done some pretty amazing things with Mario over the years, and I don't see why Odyssey would be any exception.
Yeah.
So maybe 10 years from now, we'll wonder about how Mario ever existed without people in cities. Who knows? But this is Nintendo's chance to show us what they're thinking.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I really hope, and every E3, I go in with a lot of hopes for Nintendo, and I hate to say it, I'm always disappointed. I'm like, yes, Star Tropics, that's what happened. Or Metroid or this, and then you're like, no, it's what you thought. It's all Mario Odyssey, and that's it.
True.
And it's just, I was like, is there nothing more? There has to be something more this year.
And E3 lately, in the last few years, has never been a major focus for Nintendo anyway.
No, I know. It's always been the Directs.
Right, so... who knows? Is this going to be a reversal of the trend the last few years? Is Nintendo actually going to come and surprise us? Or are they going to kind of continue the way they've been going with E3s recently? I guess we'll have to find out.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see if there is any big surprises. Is there gonna be a moment when I have a tear in my eye like I got with Shenmue 3? You know, that's... Just when I thought I had seen everything and that Shenmue music played a couple of E3s ago and they announced Shenmue 3, I was like, I don't believe it. And then they announced Final Fantasy Remake 7. I was like, what is happening with my life?
I mean, can you imagine at the end of their conference and Reggie comes out and he starts playing Metroid?
Yeah.
I would just.
But they don't do conference. They just do directs now.
That's true.
They never go on stage anymore.
It's a new E3. We can dream about what maybe they could do.
Oh. He's here. Oh, he's here to kick ass and play games or whatever his fucking saying was.
I don't remember, but hey, if he's playing Metroid, I'm down.
That is not gonna happen. It's gonna be interesting to see. I think I'm most fascinated about what Nintendo's plan is. Are they just gonna show Odyssey, or will there be something more?
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll wait and see. So
I mean, the Switch is off to a great start, but
yes,
they want to sell through this Christmas, and give me reasons to.
They can't have one game to do it. They got to have a few more.
Yeah.
And I want more third-party games for the Switch. I want more big third-party games.
Yeah, it would be great to see, because there's also the other publishers are all at E3 too, and maybe they've got something to announce for the Switch.
They've got to. There's going to be some surprises there for sure. So, guys, tell us below what games you're looking forward to that they've announced or you kind of think are coming out, or some ridiculously over-the-top Power Stone 3. Believe. So, anyways, guys, until next time.